You cannot get there with just motivation. You will quit. Motivation will get you up. It'll get you back up. It'll get you started. Fear can motivate you, but inspiration, it'll get you there.
What's up, Instagram? My name is Shawn. Thank you for following. This is a live coaching call with David Meltzer. David Meltzer has been my media mentor since 2019, pre-pandemic. I reached out to him after hearing him on a local sports radio show called The Scott and BR Show. I heard him talking about the stage theory, content creation, gratitude, a lot of things that resonated with me. I went to YouTube, saw a video of his, and decided that I would reach out. I had him on my digital hospitality show back in 2019 before the pandemic, and I've been working with him ever since. What's up, Mikey? What is up, Happy Campers? What's up, Barbecue Steve? We're going to be taking questions once David joins me on Instagram Live. So we have repurposed every single one of my coaching calls since 2019 on our digital hospitality show. So the evolution of turning a barbecue business into a media business is actually documented. Every episode that I've had with David, whether it was in Bulgaria on a Zoom call, on an Instagram Live, on StreamYard, on Riverside, we're trying to share all of the secrets of modern media magic, which is called, I'm here, David's here. All right, David, how do I get you to join? Yes, the stage theory in full effect. David Meltzer, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Shawn. It was funny because IG is a little more temperamental. Everyone's texting me, he's live. And I'm like, yes. And if you stop texting me, I'll be able to click on the thing that says he's live. So Colleen and Mikey, thank you for the 18 reminders to get me on to here. But yes, the stage theory is alive and well. And I can't tell you how incredible it's been to work within the context of how to capture content and modify it, amplify it, and perpetuate it to build a community.
Well, let's start with the NFL, one of my favorite stage theory subjects, something that you know deeply about. We're about to witness the Chargers playing the Chiefs on YouTube in Brazil. Can you tell us about the game? Tell us how your experience with the NFL, but when you relate it back to business owners that are watching this stage theory in action, bring it down to a local business owner that can understand the size and scope of what we have, the technology in our pockets, the platforms that are available, and the NFL obviously leveraging that on the biggest stage there is.
Yeah, thousands of years ago, Shakespeare wrote a story, and in that story, he said the whole world is his stage. The whole world is a stage. I don't know how he knew that, because at the time when he wrote Midnight Summer Dream and Hamlet, or whatever the hell book that he wrote, the whole world didn't know about it. Now, today, if you say Hamlet, everyone on earth would say Shakespeare. So today, in a linear time frame, thousands of years later, he was correct. But today, instantaneously, no matter who you are, Shawn Walchef talking about barbecue and media, or David Meltzer talking about some transformational wisdom or faith-based suggestive way to make a lot of money, help David Meltzer on a mission to empower over 1 billion people. Imagine that. Some middle-aged mutant turtle would have the audacity to change the world simply by understanding the stage theory. But the Chargers playing the Chiefs, the most popular sport in America, 2-1, both with men and women, to be played in Brazil and then amplified on YouTube, perpetuated everywhere, is, to me, a key sign on where you should put your content. Because if the number one sport in America is being distributed or amplified on YouTube, and you're not putting your content, which has never been available for, remember, I am the middle-aged mutant turtle who's going to change the world, who has the audacity, because of the stage theory, to say, I'm going to empower over 1 billion people to be happy. The reason I tell you I have that capability is that My videos are on the same channel as the NFL, the Chiefs Chargers game from Brazil, along with a whole bunch of other things. So to its essence, I was sitting in Petco Stadium for the Padre game. I was sitting in the stadium thinking there's 42,000 people here.
Yeah.
That's a bad video for me. Like,
Yeah.
if I do a video and we have 42,000 views, my team's like, sorry, man, I don't know why that didn't work. I thought it'd be better. I think I have 40 million views on my latest video about my daughter.
Yeah.
And guess what's so interesting about that? I have repurposed that video like 6 times.
Yep.
And the first time it got like 40,000 views. Now it has about 40 million views. 40 million. That's more than all of Petco Stadium for the whole season.
Yeah. For the whole season, for sure.
That's the stage theory, Shawn. And everyone has access.
Everyone has access. Let's talk specifically to the people that I talk to, which are restaurant owners. Explain to me, you talk to restaurant owners, some of the highest profile restaurant owners, Wolfgang Puck, some of the office hours, the meetups that you do, meeting with the people at the top of their game. Can you talk to the people that, how can they add reoccurring revenue from a sales perspective? Razor thin margins, how do they think unlike restaurant owners and brick and mortar businesses?
Well, I think your tagline says it best, right? Are you going to be the commercial or are you going to be the show? Right? It costs you money to repurpose a commercial. It costs you nothing to repurpose a show. And other people who are on the show are going to want to pay advertising, not only on the show, but to advertise them being on the show. And so the multiplicity of the amplified content and the community size is unbelievably advantageous for a restaurant to be the show, not to be the ad, not to be the commercial. And so understanding the paradigm shift that every single company, especially restaurants who have the number one component of why people will watch, it's emotional connection.
Yep.
And nothing, kids, dogs, and food. That's the top 3. That's why so many people include kids and dogs in their commercials, mostly food companies. But more importantly, nothing brings or evokes the bond of emotional credibility than food. And so if you're in that industry, that's why I'm keynoting the Restaurant 365 event down in San Diego with you. Yep. That's why I'm doing so many interviews, is because I want to be a part of, remember, bigger people and bigger stages. I want to be a part of that emotional industry that's doing well, that's going to be doing even better when more and more of these restaurants realize at a local level the amount of amplified exposure awareness to their emotional connection.
When you come to these events, this Restaurant 365 event, what is the impact? What's the one thing you want restaurant owners that are in the audience? We're going to be filming it because I would be a bad student of the stage theory if I didn't know that even though there will be 500 people that are there for the keynote, paying a lot of money to be in San Diego to get the best education possible from Restaurant 365, we know that I will be distributing it. You will be distributing that keynote so that all the millions of people can actually get those lessons and stories. But what's the one takeaway? What's a win for you when you go and you give a speech?
For me, it's about lessons. So many of us don't understand that the lessons will keep on coming until we learn them. And that when I'm speaking, I'm more interested than interesting. I'm really trying to figure out what people are listening for. And so I guide them and train them to capture that which resonates with them, and also go beyond the understanding that we're here to learn lessons, and the lessons will keep on coming until we learn them. But we also will forget every lesson we've ever learned. That's why when you finish a keynote, Shawn, or I finish a keynote and people are like, oh my God, you changed my life. That was the best keynote I've ever heard. Oh my God, I loved it. And I say, oh, what was your number one takeaway? Now, I know I made them feel great. That's why they're saying it. But I want to do more when I speak, more than make you feel great. I promise you I'll make you feel great. But I want you to capture that which resonates with you, both that you agree with strongly. Like the first time I heard, you're either humble or you're about to be. It dropped me to my knees. It resonated with me so much. But I also want you to capture what you don't agree with. When David Meltzer says something stupid, or it's like Tabasco in a wound, and you're like, dude, I thought I liked that guy, but that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Maybe you don't understand it. Maybe you didn't hear me, or maybe you disagree with me, but capture it. Pay attention to it. The universe is telling you when you have something resonate with you, strongly agree, strongly disagree. The universe is telling you one thing. Pay attention. This is going to be important to you. Not right now, like hard eight on a craps table. That doesn't happen. But in the future, pay attention and give intention to this. I'm bringing your awareness by making you feel strongly about it, either positively or negatively. And so I want people to take away the takeaway. I want them to learn that life's about lessons and they keep on coming, and you're going to forget every lesson you've ever learned. Therefore, you need to capture that which resonates. Not everything I say, not nothing I say, that which resonates with what I say, and then access it when the time becomes important.
Why do we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught?
Because everything's already there. Remember, you already know it. You already have had it. It's already done. You're just interfering with it. And so within the realm of quantum, in the realm of everything for everyone, I try to primarily help people focus in on what they're doing to interfere with what's already there. That's what I am means in the Moses code. I am happy. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am worthy. What am I doing to interfere with it? And when we understand that fear is omnipresent and the reaction of fear is caused by the ego, which is automatic and instant and obvious, then we can truly focus where we can create the greatest inertia, aggregation, acceleration, and compounding by understanding how am I responding to the instant and obvious reaction of, worry, hate, anger, fear, separation, inferiority, superiority, offense, guilt, resentment. How do I shorten the distance of resistance between me and what already is? I will tell you through the wisdom that you learn from people like Shawn Walchef, hopefully myself, but also the faith that there's more than enough of everything, an omniscient, all-powerful, all-knowing source, an infinite, abundant, unified system of thought that loves you, protects you, promotes you, and perfects you more than your mom. When we stop interfering with that, you'll know that you are part and parcel of everything. You're just interfering with it.
What's the difference between motivation and inspiration?
Motivation will get you up. It'll get you back up. It'll get you started. It'll get you back started. Fear can motivate you, but inspiration, it'll get you there. You cannot get there with just motivation. You will quit. It is inspiration, living in spirit, understanding how do I enjoy that which I don't like or love about what I love in a consistent, everyday, persistent, without quit pursuit of your own truth, your own potential, your own everything. And so understanding that motivation is important because some days we don't want to get up, get started, get back up, get back started. I had to establish what I call the Michael Jordan rule. And so I work out, every single day. I have a non-negotiable of health. And I wake up at 4 a.m. and I meditate for 20 minutes and then I have a hard start at 4:30. And I can tell you there's a lot of days I don't want to do it.
No.
And so after my meditation and I'm sitting there and I'm like, nah, I say to myself, oh, Michael Jordan's waiting for you. And if that motivates me, if Michael Jordan was actually waiting for me, if that's motivating me, then I better be motivated for something bigger than that, like living longer, healthier, and being able to provide for my communities, all of them, from my family to my friends to the associates to my local community, my state, my country, and the world. If I'm going to show up because Michael Jordan's there, I'm going to show up for the sake of my mission of empowering over 1 billion people to be happy. And I'm not going to be able to effectuate that mission if I don't spend a non-negotiable amount of time on my health. Because if you're healthy, you get as many wishes as you want every day. And if you're unhealthy, you only have one wish. So the Michael Jordan rule helps motivate me, and the inspiration will get me to my mission.
Why are you weirdly available to every single person that's on a live stream, that can email David Meltzer, can DM David Meltzer, can go live with David? Why are you so weirdly
Call
available?
my cell phone, 858-688-3294. Look, because I understand accessibility. Accessibility is an infinite loop of giving. So I make sure that everybody knows I'm accessible and gracious with my time. And I make sure that I take accountability for my time to make sure I have enough time to be accessible to everyone. And when people realize that, at first they think I'm crazy or weird. But in the end, when you make yourself open, people will only call you when they actually have something to say, to ask, or need. They're not just going to call you. And in fact, my cell phone has no messages right now, and I've given out my cell phone 1,000,000 times.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I'm grateful. All of these coaching calls since the beginning, since 2019, I'm so happy that we've documented, we've repurposed them. So many members of our community, our restaurant and technology community, know who David Meltzer is. He's shown up at the National Restaurant Association show. We've done podcasts. We're going to work on expanding the size and scope of the relationship for Chicago for next year. And if you're in San Diego and if you're in restaurants or technology, go to the Restaurant 365 Restaurant Transformation Festival, September 22nd. David is keynoting. I will be there. We will be capturing it. And if you are there, we want to hear you. We want to hear about your restaurant. David, what's the best place for people to reach out to? You already gave out the cell phone. What about the book? You have some book? You're dropping
I got the pre-launch or pre-order. So my new book is coming out Super Bowl. We're starting to promote it the beginning of the season right now, the NFL season. It will conclude with the launch of Don't Do Business with Dicks. Amazing. And you can go to don'tdobusinesswithdicks.com or email me, david@dmeltzer.com. Don't do business with Dicks. I promise you, you'll never have to negotiate to the last penny. You'll always be fair if you don't do business with Dicks.
Are you going to outsell Alex Hormozi? Are you going to break his Guinness Book of World Records?
You know, comparison's the thief of joy. I would have to invest a lot of money to outdo the world record of Alex Hormozi. Whether it's true or not, I'm guarantee you, I'm not. You know, Shawn, real quick, because I love this. I was with Mike Tannenbaum from ESPN, the GM of the Jets. You know, just good friend of mine, and he said, "Yeah." He goes, "I've just come to the conclusion, Dave, you and I are some of the world's best middle relievers. You know, we're not big. We're not big enough to start. We're not big enough to do the big finish. But man, we are solid.
Solid middle.
3 innings. 3 innings in the middle, man." So I told him, I said, you know, because look, on the Aspire Tour, I've done the opening keynote.
Yeah.
Not everybody showed up early. I did the closing. People left, right? Because it was running late.
Yes.
You know, when David Goggins, when Kevin O'Leary does the open, everybody shows. When David Goggins does the close, everybody stays. But I'll tell you what, at 11:15, brother, nobody brings 45 minutes like the middle reliever, Mike Tannenbaum and David Meltzer from Tulane University. I'm a middle reliever. I'm proud of it. I'm a consistent, persistent, you know, I'm playing in the majors. Don't get me wrong. I'm on big stages with big people, but I'm not a starter. I'm not a closer. I'm a middle reliever.
Oh, that is beautiful. Might be one of my favorite coaching calls. David, you're the best. We'll see you in San Diego. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
That's your favorite middle reliever at Restaurant 365.
Oh, fantastic.
Take care.
Later.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you've made it this long, you are part of the community. You're part of the tribe. We can't do this alone. We started, no one was listening. Now we have a community of digital hospitality leaders all over the globe. Please check out our new series called Restaurant Technology Substack. It's a Substack newsletter. It's free. It's some of our deep work on the best technology for restaurants. Also go to YouTube and subscribe to Cali BBQ Media. Cali BBQ Media on YouTube. We've been putting out a lot of new original content. Hopefully you guys like that content. If you want to work with us, go to betheshow.media. We show up all over the United States, some international countries. We would love to work with you and your growing brand on digital storytelling. You can reach out to me anytime at Shawn P. Walchef on Instagram. I'm weirdly available. Stay curious, get involved, and don't be afraid to ask for help. We'll catch you next episode.